Hi y'all, I'm Shauna Moon and welcome back to my channel. I'm a writer from Boston, artist and creator of Muse. I would like the topic of the video to be about a former couple on social media. Some of you may know Asia Rivers and Jainuku. They were together between 2020 to 2022. They recently went back and forth this week on Instagram. A lot of discussion and perspective that I would like to share because it's not really being said, nor are we having these types of conversations. Lesbian and sapphic relationships are so unique. Abuse and domestic violence are serious topics that should be discussed more, especially in the LGBTQ plus community. I will start to introduce them and who they are. Asia Rivers is a content creator on YouTube and TikTok. Her content is based on beauty, vlogging, story times, and lesbian experiences. YouTube videos such as my first time with a girl, my coming out story, and relationship story times get over 10,000 views. Jainuku, also known as Nuku Chan, is a model, content creator, and writer. She is best known for her TikTok videos of her dancing, lip syncing, and fashion. Her love for anime, cosplaying, raunchy pictures, and music has attracted an audience of 72,000 followers. From what I know, these two met on Instagram in late 2020. Asia has shared the story of how they have met, so I'm taking this story from what she has publicly said. They were talking for a bit through Instagram, then Asia flew to Chicago to meet Nuku, and later Nuku flew to Atlanta to live with Asia. These two got a lot of attention and popularity, especially in the black sector of Instagram and TikTok. They were getting reposted on black queer social media platforms. I started watching Asia's channel back in 2020 due to my own coming out journey, where I wanted to see black queer women in media. I think during that time of the pandemic and the atrocities that happened, people of color, young people, and queer people were very visible in TikTok and speaking about issues that were really relevant. That was the time where I saw a lot of black lesbians and queer people and on TikTok and on YouTube. Their relationship ended around April 2021 due to physical abuse. Nuku would put her hands on Asia, pushing her, throwing things at her, and damaging her apartment, leaving her scratches and bruises. It got so bad to the point where Asia had to call the police. This breakup has been a back and forth of arguing, getting back together, breaking up again, more arguing, and a lot of back and forth drama. The reason why I'm bringing this relationship up is because there needs to be a conversation about this type of relationship dynamic not being healthy, and how codependency and trauma can affect how you show up in relationships. One of the issues that I have observed on Instagram in particular, because I did follow her at one time, Nuku would speak about Asia a lot on Instagram, writing subs about her, harassing her, just talking about her. When someone throws rocks and then they hide their hands, and this has been going on now for 3 years.
And I used to tell her, I'm like, bro, stop posting about me. Like, why are you still posting about me? Because when we broke up the first time, we had an agreement to not put anything on social media. So she just kept saying shit. And it got to the point where people were DMing me and they're like, oh, I'm so happy that you're not feeding into that. I'm happy that you're staying quiet. Like, literally, I wish I had these screenshots so I could show y'all. Because one thing about it is Asia.
But I won't really get into the back and forth because I don't want to trigger any drama because I want them both to move on. Asia's live on Instagram helped me understand what abuse is, especially for a victim. A lot of victims of abuse don't speak up because they're fearful of retaliation and shame. Manipulative tactics, fear, and codependency are one of the reasons why victims don't come forward. I'm not going to slam Jainuku because honestly that wouldn't be helpful, because I did support her once upon a time and I was a fan. I bought one of her t-shirts and exchanged conversation with her saying that I was a fan and how I was proud of her. I wish Nuku the best and I hope she gets the help for her issues. Putting your hands on someone is unacceptable and I would never ever justify that. I had to stop following her because of her negative energy, posting low vibrational and hateful things. She has lost followers and supporters, so hopefully this will be a wake-up call for her to change. For me, briefly speaking to her in the past and seeing her behavior on social media, she lacks accountability and gaslights people into believing what they're feeling or experiencing isn't true so she can avoid accountability. Her followers see this. They send Asia what she is saying about her. And she's gaslighting every time. The relationship is over. And it's been over for years, and Nuku's not actually over the relationship. So if you're in a relationship with someone else and if you're happy, then are you really happy? You know, if you're still mentioning Asia and still, you're almost at this point, not even almost, you are harassing her. It just comes to show that someone can date other people and not get over their past. So Amber's Closet is a content creator who I watch, and what she said about domestic abuse and violence in lesbian relationships is something that I agree with, and I hope many people come across this. I will share what she has said.
Let me kill some myths right now. First and foremost, all women can be abusive. No, it's not just the butch in the relationship. It's not the person that's bigger in the relationship. No, it's not the person that's louder in the relationship. And there's no such thing as she abuses me more. If there's abuse going on, it doesn't matter at what level it is. Abuse is abuse. Another myth, it can feel safe. The other thing is that we're scared to reach out for help because in LGBTQ relationships, we also have to deal with homophobia and people not knowing how to handle or what to do to help. So cops or social service workers or anybody might not know how to handle LGBTQ relationships. So what are some solutions to handle this? One of the things is we gotta do it for ourselves. And that means calling each other out, call that friend out and tell her that she's wrong. She cannot and should not be putting her hand on her girlfriend. We need to be educating each other better, and we need to work on personal issues and personal trauma that we have. Domestic violence mostly comes from how we feel about ourselves and what we went through growing up. But if we don't deal with that, it's going to carry into our relationships and our workplaces and who we are for the rest of our lives. And we can't let
lesbian relationships in a heteronormative society aren't viewed as valid relationships. So when there is abuse and conflict, it's not taken as seriously. It's swept under the rug. And it's often perceived as a little cat fight instead of danger and real harm. Many abusers were either abused as a child they were either abused as a child or brought up in a household of violence. So it really just like depends. Really stems from how we are raised and our past traumas. So my message is to believe women when they're saying that they're being harmed by other women. The most important thing is to support them, give them resources, a safe space, and instill a listening ear so that they can be comfortable and build the courage to leave the relationship. I'm so proud of Asia for speaking up and sharing her experience. We do follow each other on X. We've spoken and she's so sweet. She's doing her thing on TikTok and I wish her healing and happiness. As it goes to Nuku, as it relates to Nuku, she needs to change and it starts with herself. Taking responsibility for her choices. Only she could want that for herself. Again, I'm not going to drag her. I'm only pointing out her behavior so this can bring understanding of how her behavior is affecting people. I do think that she's talented, smart, and creative. But if you're not a nice person or you have a history of being violent, it can affect your career and brand. No one wants to work with you, or no one's gonna want to work with you or even be around you if you have a history of abuse in toxic ways. She's young and she'll learn. Lastly, I think that YouTube couples shouldn't be a thing anymore. Unpopular opinion. Honestly, I'm not a big fan of people displaying their relationships on social media. It's cute to see it, but I just feel like it shouldn't be the public's business. Especially if you're young or if it's a new relationship. The only exception would be if you're married, if you've been married for years and it's a mature relationship. But in my opinion, relationships are vulnerable and sacred. It shouldn't be public discourse of how your relationship is and what you do. People, especially in the lesbian community, can learn from this relationship that your relationship doesn't need to be on social media and your value should be based on you. But if you don't love yourself and heal yourself, how will you show up and love someone else? I wish these ladies the best. They're not meant to be together. Don't abuse people you love, but instead work on your healing and love yourself. So when you are able to receive love, what I'm trying to say is instead work on your healing and love yourself so you are able to receive love because you are in a high vibration. You're happy. You're not perfect, but you're not terrible either. Everyone is a work in progress, but queer relationships, domestic violence, abuse, and social media display needs to be a conversation in every community. And I do believe that this relationship with Nuku and Asia, we can all learn something from that. And before I go, this is a quote I found on Google about healthy relationships. Steve Maraboli said this: a healthy relationship is one in which love enriches you, not imprisons you. And that's absolutely correct. Love that is balanced, that is true, that is honest, that is genuine, and everything loving. Abuse is not love. Abuse is a reflection of trauma, unhealed wounds, and how you really feel about you. So my advice is you could date people and be in relationships with people as long as there's a healthy dynamic. It's not coming from unhealed, broken hurt. And if anyone is in unhealthy relationships, I hope you get out and you find resources and support, and you build your community, and most importantly, put yourself first. Love yourself. To the abusers out there, I hope you get help too, because this is not you. This is not the person that you want to be in life. You get nowhere in life if you continue to harm people. I pray that you find love and support within you. If you made it all the way to the video, I appreciate it so much. I'm not coming from a place of hate, dragging anybody. I'm just being honest from what I have observed and following these two ladies. And let's not put relationship goals on influencers anymore. See them as people just like us, and we could learn from their mistakes or experiences. Like, share, and subscribe. More videos to come. Bye-bye. Love you all.